Hi, it's Jay here and welcome to another tutorial. So, in this lesson we're continuing on with the refining of the player movement. And we're going to begin this lesson with coming to the standard input manager, and we're going to deal with these two if blocks for player walk left and player walk right. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to create a line break after the first if line, and I'm going to add another. So if open and close brackets, inside the brackets we want analog stick angle is less than, and I'll put this in another set of brackets, 180 degrees angle minus the degree modifier. And then we'll come between the close brackets, double and underscore analog stick angle again greater than 0 minus open and close brackets, and again we're going to say 180 degrees angle plus the degree modifier. So with that said, let's break this line up for commenting. So I'll enter just before the ands, and we're going to say if analog stick angle is less than 180 degrees minus the modifier. We'll come to the next line, and in capitals we'll do the word and, analog stick angle, and this time is greater than 0 minus, and again we'll put 180 degrees plus the modifier. We'll enter, we'll come to the next line, and we're going to return. So we'll return, close the line off, the usual comments of then do nothing and return. We'll come to the next line, we'll say else, and we can just leave it like that. So let's save that off. So what we're saying is if the analog stick basically 180 degrees, how the actual how it's calculated is it begins at 0 to 180. So what we want is a value that basically gives a value of 10 each way. So obviously this makes 170 and 190. If we're not within that range, we'll return. If not, then we'll set the player movement to walk left. So what this will prevent is accidentally jumping backwards rather than walking backwards. So this is very important because obviously a fighting game is all about control, precise control. And it's something we didn't have, but it's something we will have once we've finished refining all the code. And in fact, let's copy everything we've just added, including the else. Remember that. We'll paste it in. And then we'll change what needs to be changed for walk right. So in this one, analog stick angle is greater than 0 plus the degree modifier. So we can actually get rid of that closed bracket. Bring the comments back in line. Let's just change these up. So is, excuse me, greater than 0, and we're going to say plus the modifier. And we'll come to the next line, and this time we're going to get rid of the ands. We'll use the or, which hopefully you know is the two vertical lines. We have gone over this before. Now if you have trouble writing these, I've had some people say that they can't see the symbol on their keyboard. Another way to write these is to hold left alt, type in 124 and then release the alt button, and that will write one bar for you. So just repeat. And let's have a look what we need to change here. So this time we're going to say is less than 0 minus the degree modifier. Obviously we can get rid of one of the close brackets on the end. In capitals, or analog stick handle is less than 0 minus the modifier. So let's just double check the code. That all looks absolutely fine. So now we'll come to, we'll actually come here, and what we're going to do is copy if all the way to where the return begins, but we're not copying the return itself. So let's come to player walk left. So this one where we say if input dot get axis horizontal double equals 0, we're going to copy and paste that comment in there. So we can now, once that's copied, we can come down again and we'll copy it for the right as well, again just before the return, but we're not copying the return itself. So and we'll paste that in again. So let's just tidy the comments up. So with that done, I think that's everything. Actually, player input controller, I'm actually going to cut that line from the void update where we call it if player is grounded, and I'm just going to paste it in under applied gravity because I found it tends to work better if it's called all the time. So with that in place, I'm actually going to comment out the rest of the controls for the player movement. So we just have the standard input axis now, so let's save all that off. And obviously in the next lesson we'll begin uncommenting those and updating those as well. And even though I'm going to test it here, you're not really going to be able to see it in the video, I'm afraid. Obviously you should be able to see the code working and we can move left and right, but obviously you cannot see the analog stick. But if you test it for yourself, I'm sure you'll find that now you have to be more precise with the analog stick, but not too precise. We still want it to feel comfortable. We don't want to make it feel difficult to control.
Round 1.
Precise control.
Fight.
So I'm just running through and we're just testing that yes, we can walk left and right. So let's stop that there. Now the walking left is working perfectly, but you probably if you can hear me move the analog stick, the actual walk right, the character was still walking right when I let go, unless I pressed left. So we need to fix that. Now the problem we have is that 0 is an angle as well as a null value on the analog stick, but we can fix that fairly easy. So what I'm going to do is come to this block here for the controls. Let's add an open bracket to the very front here, just after the if, and I'll just enter. I'll move the return down a line and we'll close brackets again. So in this line, just tidy everything up. All we need to do to fix this is hold Alt, and again we'll put the 2 vertical bars and we'll say input, and it's the code we actually had originally, and with all of this we should get perfect control. So sorry, 2 vertical bars for all input.getAxis, open and close brackets, quote marks, and horizontal double equals 0, and that should fix that issue. So let's put this into the comments. Again we'll say or analog stick angle, sorry, analog stick input, sorry, equals 0. So let's just save that off. We'll come back, we'll play again, and I'll try and hold the analog stick close to the microphone, so hopefully you can hear me move it. I don't know if it'll, whether the microphone will pick it up. It probably won't, but again, if you followed this, you'll be able to test it for yourself, and not just see and but also feel the difference. So
Round
let's
one.
just do that.
Fight.
So there we go. I'll just stop that there. So even though I've shown a little bit of movement, obviously we've still got a lot to do, and obviously more refinement is definitely necessary, but we'll pick that up in the next video. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next time, and in the meantime, until then, bye for now.